Okay. Alrighty.
Oh, he's going Terran. Oh, look when he noticed. Oh, look, don't cheat.
Alright, so we have our next game coming up here in our round robin. Bingishi versus Lukien. Bingishi's gonna try tearing out, and Lukien's gonna stick with the random. We're gonna be playing on Metalopolis. And we're gonna get underway any minute here. Okay, so we're gonna have Luke spawning at the bottom center right here, and Bingishi just to the upper left. Very close positions, which could affect the way the game will play out. Um, Lukian's sending his overlord over, probably gonna spot Bingishi right away. Possibly saving him a drone for scouting. Um, so this is our third game in a round robin. These players have not faced off against each other any time before, so this will be the first time. Important to note that Bingishi actually does not know Lukian is Zerg right now. He might be able to spot the observer, but unless he does some scouting, he will he'll have to kind of start his build semi-blind. However, the observer will be coming into sight right now, so Luke does know where Bingishi is, and Bingishi does know that Lukian might have spotted that, might know that Lukian is Zerg right now. Okay, APM is pretty average for both players. No one's spamming too much. Just trying to play a solid game. Okay, so we have the pool being laid down. Typical place right in the back here. So it's a little bit late, and he is going for the gas, so we're probably not going to see too much of a Zerg rush. Bingishi coming in here is going to scout this out. Not a whole lot to see right now. He's going to see the gas. He'll probably take some comfort knowing that the Zerglings aren't coming right away. Lukian does have the drone in Bingishi's base. Bingishi has just finished laying down the barracks. So again, not too much information for either player. Bingishi just starting his refinery, or not just starting, it's about half done, but Lukian already mining from it. Bingishi has his SUV, wasn't moving there for a while, but it is now. We do have we have a few Zerglings on the way. Set of two, um, 3 Marines queued up. We have 1 Marine out. He's gonna try and take out this drone. The drone might be lucky to get away. Oh no, he decides to come back and will not make it to see another day. These Zerglings, are they finished here? I don't see. They're probably buried in there somewhere. Lukian actually expanding. He's not applying too much initial pressure. He does, I guess, want to get his economy going very strong before he makes any kind of push. Whereas Bingishi walling in and just sticking with, he has a second racks on the way, second refinery going up. He hasn't built anything that truly requires a lot of gas, but we might see him transition into something relatively soon. Okay, we have again no Zerglings, no unit producing structures, just the expansion from Luke. Command center. We have the reactor and a tech lab being placed on the barracks. He will be able to get stim and marauders. I guess he's just looking at producing marines out of this. Still just sticking with the 2 racks. Doesn't seem to be any other. Oh, this SUV looking around might be trying to expand, maybe, we'll see. We have the Roach Warren on the way for Luke, so again, not gonna use too much in the way of Zerglings with the Evolution Chamber. The hatchery has finished. He has the Queen and putting a Spine Crawler there. He wants to defend against anything that Bingishi might look at moving out, and maybe he is moving out here, we see, but at the same time he is using this opportunity to expand. Lukien hasn't really attacked him yet, so he probably knows that he's fast expanded, even though he hasn't really scouted. We see that Bingishi does not know of Lukien's expansion yet, but he probably has a pretty good idea. Lukien, however, no idea that Bingishi will be expanding. They're going to be able to Terran taking out an Overlord here. Not a huge deal, but it might put Lukien... No, he's pretty good with supply. Command Center almost finishing up, so Bingishi going to take this opportunity to move in. Don't see a whole lot here. The Spine Crawler, another Spine Crawler on the way, and with the Queen, he has a few roaches. Bingishi might be able to do a bit of damage. Does he have stim? No stim yet. He does have the Tech Lab, but hasn't researched it. Just using it for the Mirage right now. Oh, he does have the Zerglings from earlier. Bingishi, it's the 2 Spine Crawlers now. This is not going to be good for Bingishi. He's going to want to get out of there. Back at Terran's base, still just going off the 2 barracks. We have a healthy supply of Marine Marauder. His command center has finished, not building any SCVs and not moving. Oh, he does call down the mule. Not moving any SCVs over to the expansion though. He's gonna want to get those saturated as quickly as possible. Lukien moving out with some Zerglings. He might be sniped here by the Marine Marauder. He might pick it off. No, he gets trapped up in his own supply depots, but I think Lukien caught a glimpse of that. Doesn't want to go anywhere near that. Just would not stand any chance whatsoever. He's laying down, Lukien is laying down his second extractor. None on the expansion yet. But he's laying down another evolution chamber. He does want those upgrades really fast. Maybe sticking with the roaches. The Queen doing a fairly good job of laying down the creep. Pretty good map control on his side of the map anyways. Bingishi laying down a factory. He does have quite a few excess minerals and gas. He does want to be spending that a little bit better. Again, he's getting the expansion up, but he could stand to move a few of those SCVs over to try and get the saturation up. We do have Bingishi in the lead with 31 harvesters compared to only 22 for Lukien. 26. He does have the queens up, so he is able to get those drones in mass proportion pretty fast. But he does want to try his best to try and keep up. We are going on a 2v2 base, and he does want to stay ahead of the Terran, just so that the economies can even compare really. However, he's doing all right for now, as Bingishi not building to the max capacity. Bingishi having to fly down a supply depot was temporarily supply blocked. That will cost him a scan. Oh, okay. Bingishi actually using this expansion as a planetary fortress. We usually see another orbital command at the natural, but he was clearly a little bit afraid of any push that Lukien might be doing. Not sure if he could hold it off, but Bingishi actually with an SCV not doing anything. Must have got stuck building something and a miscue. Bingishi actually gonna move out here. He is gonna have to go on the well-placed creep. No detection with him. He won't be able to see that. But Lukien does know he's coming. He's gonna rally up. He does have the spine crawlers right here, but they're not going to be able to do a whole lot. He's going to want to surround them with the Zerglings, and the Zerglings are moving out. They are able to get behind, and the roaches doing pretty good damage, but Bingishi able to pull back just enough to get out of the range of those Zerglings. So actually relatively equal losses. Bingishi taking his anger out on that statue apparently. uh, but he's gonna just hold there for now. We have a starport being laid down. Bingishi now with the 2 factories. He's getting the tech lab on both. He wants those upgrades. Um, we do see the upgrades for Zerg uh, being produced. We do have the Spire also being laid down right back here. Bingishi gonna have a tough time spawning that. He probably won't be able to prepare for it in any way. He does have the 1 starport, but other than that, he's not producing any anti-air that I can see. He does have the Marines, but against the Mutalist speed, it's just he's gonna need something a little more. The Planetary Fortress not going to be able to do much if the Mutalists do decide to go in there. And we do see that the 6 Mutalists are on the way. They are out. Pretty good unit composition between the Roaches and the Zerglings and the Mutalists. He will be able to do some pretty significant harassment. Bingishi Lane has laid down the armory. He's miscuing his SCVs. Once they're done building, they're actually not going back to mining. He's going to want to get that sorted out hopefully soon. It's not going to do him any good to have those SCVs just sitting there. He is producing Thors now actually. Those will be good against the Mutalists, assuming. Oh, but they won't be out in time. Lukien deciding to move in with the Mutalists. Bingishi laying down the missile turret, but the Mutalists going to pick off the SCV. The income just take a significant hit for Bingishi. Again, he does have the Marines, but the Mutalists just with the maneuverability able to get out of there before he may have lost 1 there, but nothing too significant. Lukien going to take this opportunity to expand. He did do a minor hit to Bingishi's supply income, but he's going to want to do more. He didn't take out a whole lot, just more or less prevented them from mining for a few seconds. If we look at the income tab, Lukien did a pretty good job of coming back. Actually, he's ahead of Bingishi now. He was behind in Harvesters. So he is ahead. That's where he wants to be. He does have this hatchery done with the queen producing. So he's going to want to get that up and going as fast as possible. Bingishi's still going off the 2 bases. He might be alright for a little while, but he will have to look at expanding relatively soon if he wants to keep any kind of lead. Even still, this expansion not fully saturated. He could still probably afford to move a few SCVs. The Thors and Marauders, it looks like, no Marines, are gathered up here. Might be looking at going in a push. Lukien actually going to spot this. He does have the tower, so he's in perfect view of his tower, and now he's obviously moving on the creep. He's going to be very aware of what's going on. He doesn't have a whole lot. He's going to move those overlords out of there. He does not want them to get taken out and be insanely supply blocked. His army down here, he has the tanks and the siege mode taking out a few brave roaches trying to do some damage. Very sticky spot for the Lukien right now. He has to push out into this forest even though he doesn't want to. This range on the tanks. Oh, he does manage to get the surround on the Zerglings from behind. That will be a huge help, and if he could take out the tank, it might not be so bad. The Thor's pretty helpless against those Zergling speeds, and Lukien holding it off. Desperately needed that and played those Zerglings perfectly. No real damage, but most of the damage is going to Bingishi. We do have this expansion well on the way to being saturated, so just Lukien looking very good right now. For upgrades, we only have 1 for the Marine, 1 attack. For the Zergling, 1. We have the 2 for the Roaches, and I think did all the Mutalists get taken out? I can't see any Mutalists. I'm not sure where they're at. Oh no, here we go. No upgrades for the Mutalists yet. Okay, so Bingishi actually going to lay down this expansion. Very smart. He does need to stay on top of Lukien. His initial base going to be mined out relatively soon. And while, again, he can't afford to send them over here for a little while, he does want that third expansion to fall back on. Lukien, actually seeing Bingishi lay down this expansion, he might just be waiting for that to finish before he moves out. Lukien gonna move in here. No, he changed his mind. He's just gonna be in position. We might see a little bit of harass at the front and then move in the back. No, he's gonna go behind and he's going to try and get these medevacs. If he can get them before they land, that'll be a huge loss. Oh, he is able to get the Thors down. Just barely. That medevac had about one hit left. But the Zerglings over here, perfect surround. The medevac's force lifted up. I think there's 2 Mutalisks left. If he can pick those off with the Mutalisks, that would be a huge, huge loss to Bingishi. But he's gonna let them get away, it looks like. He does not want to go after them. So Bingishi forced to retreat. He's gonna try moving out with the Thors, Marines, and tanks. Maybe try to push from the front. Okay, here we have Lukien expanding twice. He really wants that strong economy. He's using very good use of his Zerglings. The Mutalisks are doing pretty good harassment. At the very least, they're definitely annoying Bingishi, which is all the help he can get. Bingishi gonna move up. He's gonna spot these 2 Zerglings. But Lukien, oh, he has them miscued. But Lukien gonna know that Bingishi is up here. So he has pretty good, with all the creep over here, we see that he has pretty good map control. And with these 2 expansions, there's really only 2 other expansions that Bingishi can take. He's probably not going to double expand, so Lukien is going to just rally up here. He just wants to, if he can keep him from expanding, it might be a slow strategy, but oh, whoa, okay, wait, here we have the mules been called down, not actually doing anything. That's definitely a miscue, and losing out on a ton of energy. He's just gonna, Lukien moving in, just absolutely demolishes that force. It wasn't really a force, it was just the mineral gatherers, but he's gonna take out the command center before it gets lifted off. Could have been saved, so he's gonna try his luck against these Marines, but with the tanks and Thors, he just can't get the surrounds he wants. But Lukien actually, that he's been doing this for a little while, there's been so much happening, producing Ultralisks. We do have one up here. We have 4 more on the way, and again with these 2 extra expansions on top of what he already had, he's gonna have great income. Gonna be able to produce pretty much whatever he wants. He's as we can see, he's sticking very close to the 200 mark, whereas Bingishi kind of fluctuating, although he can afford to do that a little bit more than Zer can. But we do, Lukien wants to be in the spot where if he can attack, and if he loses, he wants to be able to mass produce his army right away, get that 200 back. We do see the Broodlords mixed with the Corruptors coming in. That will be very bad for Bingishi's main base if he can actually get an attack in there. I thought I heard attacking, but it mustn't have been too much. Again, Lukien at his 200 mark for supply, 200 max. He's not at 200 army, but he has enough overlords. He doesn't have to worry about building anymore if he can just keep the ones he has alive, which he probably will. They're pretty safe down there. Okay, so we have Bingishi moving back to where his expansion was. I'm not even sure if he knows. Does he know? Okay, yeah. He's laying down the command center. He does want to get that expansion up now. He is on 1 base. Bingishi gonna move in here. We do have the Ultralisks gonna try and hopefully take out the mech. Not gonna be too useful against Marines. Taking out the tanks before they could do anything. Actually, Marines not standing much of a chance. The perfect blend of Ultralisk Zergling, just working perfectly to Lukien's advantage. If Bingishi had any sort of air right now, he might be able to stop this provoke, but he's just all ground. Lukien has perfect counters to everything. He just has to get through. Oh, he's gonna try his luck against the Planetary Fortress. The Ultras doing amazing damage. Gonna take that down, no problem. So if we look at the income tab, Bingishi just huge hit. He wasn't even long distance mining. He needs this command center to be finished. He led Lukien back to the command center with the SCVs that were trying to run away. Lukien's now gonna know that the expansion's back up there. The Thor's gonna hold off this this Ultralist attack. If you would have waited a little bit longer with O, and we had the GG. And so bingishi,
Didn't mean to go
bingishi
Terran.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
not happy with his Terran play. But
I thought you could.
But anyways, that was our third game. We have Lukien with a win, and we will be
That's the
back.
next push then.
We'll be back
I thought he
shortly.
was going to kill you with the first push. Oh, that, not the first push, but you know that push with the tanks. And
No, I
course.
waited until the snakes. You know, get part of the vacuum.